Hello and welcome to an episode of Coffee with SamPaul. Today we are at the West Beach Social Club enjoying a latte and a flat
white, yeah.
And I'm excited to be joined by my lovely guest Sam, who runs a business called Spending Made Easy.
Oh,
nearly stuffed that one up. How you going, Sam?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers.
Thanks for the coffee.
So I guess a good place to start would be to kind of give us a bit of an idea about what Spending Made Easy does.
Okie dokie. Well, at Spending Made Easy, we create spending plans, not budgets, because we believe budgets don't work. I think that, I don't know what you were like growing up, but years ago when, probably best I don't know, eh? But with money, we used to have to save for what we wanted. You know, if we wanted a new pair of jeans or a new shirt, we had to save for it, and the shop didn't give it us unless we paid for it. These days we can have interest-free credit, buy now, pay later, credit cards, everything. We can literally spend up a storm and go back home and our bank balance is still the same. All our payments now are into the future, and that's what Spending Made Easy is all about. We basically create your financial future.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of a more healthy way of doing Afterpay in a way.
Kind of, yeah. The way I like to describe it is, if you want the basic way, is when you look at, when years ago when we got our paper bank statements, you'd look at it and you'd know your bank statement because you knew it, and then everything was historic. It's irrelevant. It's spent, it's gone, you can't get it back.
Yeah.
What a spending plan is, it's your bank balance now, but everything moving forward. When's the rent due? When's the gas due? When's when do I need to put food on the table? When I need kids' uniform? When do I need to put fuel in the car? And then you can put in your coffee every day and all your subscriptions and everything, and then it will tell you how much you need to earn.
Oh, wow, okay.
How much you need to be bringing in. And the best thing is it projects 10 years into the future.
Oh, wow, that's
so
really
you
cool.
literally can go, if I cut back on this and I cut back on that and I don't use that anymore, wow, look at the difference. So it really is epic.
Oh, wow. And so it would be quite dynamic, like a spreadsheet kind of type?
It is. It started off life as an Excel spreadsheet, and then it's developed over the years to some online software, and it's all encrypted, it's totally safe, and you basically just replicate your financials, your bank statements, I recommend certain things, a bills account, a savings account, but whatever's in your world, I've got clients with 10 bank accounts because that's how they roll, and it's fine. You can put as many accounts on there as you want. It's awesome. It really is awesome.
Sounds very cool. And now you mentioned, I'm just going to jump straight into it. You mentioned before you said that budgets were crap.
Yeah.
And I happen to have inside intel that you have written a book.
I have.
To that effect.
That is. Budgeting is crap. And here is a copy. And this is for you. So
oh, wow.
I might sign it as a thank you.
I'd like that.
Yeah. So budgeting is crap. And I believe budgeting is crap. And I think nobody, if you do your research, if you say the word budget, it invokes negative feelings. It gives you feelings of deprivation. It's like somebody saying the word diet. You start thinking, oh God, I don't want to go on a diet. You go on a healthy eating plan, you feel great.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. So it's the same. Budgeting is crap. I don't know anybody who likes it, apart from myself, of course. And so basically this is the story of my very first memory of budgeting, right through to when I paid the deposit on my first home. So basically, in a nutshell, my father thought that if you were working and you were living at home, you contributed to the house.
Yeah.
And he used to say, I'm not asking you for all your money. I'm just asking you for a portion, a contribution.
Yeah.
Anyway, he kept putting it up. And in the end, he put it up so much that I couldn't afford to live there anymore. And I was going, Dad, I can't afford to live here. And he was like, work it out, Sam, work it out. And it was something like, because obviously I'm English, I don't know if it's obvious or not, but I am English. And it was, I think, £80 a month, £90 a month. And he said to me, if you can go out there in the wide world and find your own bedroom, a TV in your bedroom, your clothes are washed and ironed, there's food in the table, you've got a roof over your head, we've got central heating, we didn't need cooling in Manchester. But he said, if you get that for £80 a month, tell us and we'll all come and live there. And he kind of had a point, I literally, anyway, the book tells you what I did. I got different jobs, I did loads of sidelines whilst working my full-time job as well. So basically, and I did think budgeting was crap then, because my little budget with everything written down did not accommodate £80 a month. So I had to find stuff to supplement that so that it could happen. And it did happen, and I did buy my first place.
Wow.
So that's what that's all about. Completely true story. I kind of think I'm funny. Some of my friends think I might be funny. So there's a couple of
Well, I've been
bit of music stuff in there.
So. And where can people buy that?
You can buy it. You can buy it from my website. You can buy it online. It's literally the publisher that I use puts it everywhere. So you can buy it on Amazon. It's actually cheaper on Amazon. So yeah, Amazon, Booktopia, all of those good things.
Oh, I love Booktopia.
So it's back now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's available. You can ask me for a copy. I've got some copies. I'm going to give you a copy. I'm not, I'm not shy with them. So yeah, and it's a quick read. It's not the biggest, not the longest, and
that's what I like.
There's some help pages at the back for you to work out what kind of spender you are. So yeah, it's like a little help book at the end as well.
Sounds very cool.
Yeah, and it was a bestseller when it first started. So
oh, really?
Yes, I am a best-selling author. Oh. Yeah, it's been a few years now. Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I think
Have you written a book?
I've written a couple of poetry books.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're going to do me a poem?
Maybe. Speaking of the coffee, though, I do have to ask, what's your rating? Like, what would you give this coffee? I think it's pretty damn good.
It's pretty damn good, yeah.
We're very blessed in Adelaide.
We are, and I consider myself to be a bit of a coffee snob. There's no excuse. Connoisseur.
It's like what you're saying before about the words. Like, some words have kind of negative connotations.
Yeah.
I don't like coffee snob, but I
like
connoisseur.
Would you say about wine? Wine snob or wine connoisseur? And that actually goes, yeah.
I don't go to wine, sorry.
Don't you? Oh, okay. Oh, I might. But the coffee here at West Beach Social is good. Check it out. I can highly recommend.
But yeah, one thing that I did pick up, which I found really interesting, is the way you mentioned spending plan as opposed to budgeting, and how that we conjure up these negative connotations of certain words. I did this post recently on social media where I mentioned acknowledging my weaknesses, and someone pulled me up on it in a private message and said they're not weaknesses, they're just strengths we haven't built yet. Or something to that effect.
Interesting. And that's really interesting. Yeah. Because budget. The word budget does. I even go. I go to networking meetings. I went to one last night, and people say, "What do you do?" And I say, I've tried it over the years because I've been doing this for 8 or 9 years, and I've said spending plans, and they go, "Oh, what's that?" And then they're interested in a spending plan. And if I say, "Oh, I do budgeting," they go, "Oh, really?" And you can see them go, "Ew, nobody likes that." I might as well be saying, I clean toilets. Not that there's anything wrong with cleaning toilets.
No, there's not.
But you know what I mean? Like it's
definitely.
Yeah, it's like budgeting. Oh. And I mean it's weird. And I think depending on who I'm speaking to, depends on whether I say I do budgeting or I do spending plans.
Yeah.
That's
fair
if
enough.
they look like they might be curious, I'll say spending plans, and they go, "Oh, what's that?" And then I tell them. And they go, "Budgeting, what's that?" And then I tell them about spending plans anyway. So I think it's just all about language. And as we say, different words make you feel differently.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
They kind of can inherently be linked to memories or past experiences. And for whatever that experience might be will determine how
And I think as well with budgeting, people, everybody should be budgeting. Yeah. And so many people say to me, "Oh, I don't need to budget because..." And whatever comes out of their mouth next is the reason they should be budgeting. Like they'll go, "Oh, I don't need to budget because I earn loads and I'm completely fine and I don't need to budget." And I'm thinking, are you one of them?
No.
Right, so, and I think, but that's when you should be budgeting. I've got high income earners that use my system because they want to build better. What's they saying? If you can't improve what you're not monitoring or something.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
You can't improve it. And look at, and I would love to get into the footballers market. If anybody out there knows a footballer, an AFL player, because how many of them blow all their money after or during? They earn $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $700,000 a year, and could live quite happily on $200,000. And
I think another good example of that is people that have maybe come from a minimal income and then won lottery.
Yes.
And how many of them a couple of years later broke
Absolutely.
again.
Do the research. People who win the lottery tend to go broke. And there's I've got a lot of catchphrases, but one of my catchphrases is, you can go broke on a high income, and you can certainly get rich on a low income.
Yeah.
It's not what you do; it's what you do with it. Which leads me to my catchphrase, which is my tagline, which is, "It's not about the income; it's about the outcome."
I like the way you do.
I love it.
I love it.
Love it.
I might have to talk to you a bit more about that, because I'm trying to change the way I manage and work my money, so to speak, because I realise that, especially doing what I do, I've got one job which is very up and down, because it depends on the time of year a lot of the time, and then I've got another job which is fairly steady, but it's not exactly what I think. It's a very much a time trade for money scenario, and so I realise that if I'm going to get ahead, I need to do things differently. Yeah. So a couple of things that I've been doing, I actually a while back invested a little bit of money in crypto. I personally wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. But by the time I realised that I probably shouldn't have done it, because I didn't know what I was doing, it was already too late. What it was worth is already way below what I thought I'll just leave it, right? Yeah. But the funny thing is, it's turned around. At the moment, it's actually worth more than what I put in, which is kind of cool. Good. But I have also...
but do you want to take your money out now because it's worth more? Or are you thinking, it might grow more?
Well, no, I did think about taking what I put in out and leaving only...
Good strategy.
That, I don't know. Yeah? Maybe we could talk off camera a bit more about what I should do.
What you should do with his money.
But I've also got an investment portfolio now, which it's only very minimal, but it's just a little app. And it's Australian owned, recommended by a friend's brother who's an accountant. Yeah. And that's been going great guns. Then you get to choose different levels, whether you want, like low income sort of from it, but low risk. Low risk, or high risk, high income, or somewhere in between. There's like about 5 different pegs. And like, even though obviously I'm not like super rich or anything now, but even though that's not the case, I'm still feeling like I'm managing better, because I know I've got this little couple of little nest eggs. Yeah, exactly. I've got some little residual incomes.
In the current climate, how good is it to know that you're not relying on one thing? I think COVID changed so much, don't you think? Like we all literally were, and I think in some ways, even though COVID was horrid and we know what happened, but in some ways, it sort of made our eyes open to certain things, and loads of people now have got multiple streams of income. I get commissions from my book sales. I rent a room out in my house. I have my part-time job. I do Spending Made Easy. I do lots of stuff. Yeah. Cool. I look after friends' dogs, and they pay me. I do all sorts of stuff, and you've got to just have little bits coming here and there. Yeah. And these days as well, we're all trying to fit more into less. When your landlord says, your rent's going up from $400 to $600 a week, you're expected to find it. When your salary, your boss isn't going, okay, then I'll put your wages up to that. And when fuel goes up and utilities and stuff, we're all still trying to. No wonder everyone's struggling. I know. It's madness. So a spending plan is the way to go, because there's a ridiculous amount of people, I think there's still currently, coming off fixed rates and having to go on to variable, and that jump is massive. Massive. And with a spending plan, because I'm pretty sure the banks give you advance notice, you could literally say, my mortgage is, say, $600 a fortnight or a week, whatever, now, and then the bank say it's going to go up to $1,000 a fortnight. You could literally put that in your spending plan, and it would tell you, you're going to be okay, or you're not going to be okay. You need an extra $100 a week, or you need an extra $50 a week. Yeah. Or you think, I need an extra $50 a week, but you think, but I can spend that, and I don't need that. Bang, bang, bang. There's the $50 a week. So it's great. It's a really great tool. You can play around with it, and it's not like this is it, and this is my budget, and it's all very boring. You play with it and go, what if this? What if that? And it's an excellent tool. Yeah, and I'd love to help you with your budgeting.
But my question to you is, I'm sure there's many stories, but if I asked you one of your success stories, someone that that was, say, struggling financially and is now doing better, what would be the first person, or not person, obviously no names, but give us a bit of a scenario.
No, well, I can actually name her because she is happy to be named. Okay. I have a client, and she did a film testimonial. So I could change her name, and then you'd go on the website and you'd think, that's a different
that
name.
Sounds like her.
So that's exactly. Anyway, she's called Tammy, and she put on Facebook once that, she said, I'm really struggling. I just need some help. I know I need to get a second job. I'm a single mum, and I've got 3 kids. And so I said, I'll help. I'll buy you a coffee. So we met, and basically we chatted and went through everything. She signed up to my 6-month support and guidance plan. At Spending Made Easy, we have 3 plans, and she signed up to the 6-month support and guidance plan. And when we went through everything, she literally convinced me at the meeting that she needed a second job. Now, she lives down south. Her job is up here, and her partner lives somewhere else as well. Like her boyfriend that she was just dating lives somewhere else, and she was all over the place. And she said, I haven't got time to do a second job. You know, I just haven't got time with kids' sport and rah, rah, rah. Anyway, so we did the plan, and she didn't need a second job. She squoze it all in, and we got it all in. And now, within the 6 months, she's ahead of her school fees. She is paying her mortgage off because there's actually a little bit of extra in her spending plan, so she's putting that off her mortgage. Now it's only a little bit a week, but in her mind, like I say about how money makes you feel and the word budget, in her mind she's paying her mortgage off. And yes, she never needed the second job. And she said to me that her kids are saying, oh, you're in a better mood. You know, people are saying that she feels healthier at work, she's sleeping better. She's just all round loving it.
That is
and
awesome.
And she said as well that you know, the cycle of, you know, with single mums, you know, she spend a lot at Christmas, pay for it in the new year, and then be still catching up. Now she's not caught up, she's ahead. She's ahead with the school fees, ahead with it. It really is a success story, and Tammy does not mind me sharing it. And as I said, she's filmed it, and we did this kind of filming, and and it's on my website. So Tammy is one of my, but I've got heaps. And it's important to note that some of my favourite ones are people that don't want to share.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because budgeting is such a delicate thing, and people don't want others to know that they get help. And I go, it's fine that you get help. You know, like if you say I'll go to the gym, you know, you don't like look like an Adonis and go, I don't go to the gym. You know what I mean? You say I go to the gym, and I think if I'm financially okay, I'll have some help. I would love for that. I'd love to change that mentality, and people go, I'm using Spending Made Easy, it's awesome, and I'm nailing it, and be proud of it. But there are people that still feel the negativity and the I had to get help, and I'm a bit nervous, I'm a bit embarrassed, and not even be ashamed. That is all completely fine and completely normal. And so those stories I keep private. I just keep them in my emails or my texts, or I say, can I share them, and I won't name you. And we do that. So there's plenty, there's loads. I've got a lot of Google reviews, a lot of 5-star Google reviews, Facebook reviews, and all the private ones, as I said, there's loads of them. It's good. It's good. I love it. Cool. I love it.
One last thing before we say goodbye.
Yes.
How do people reach you?
Oh, so
you mentioned your website.
Website is spendingmadeeasy.com.au. On the website, you can request a call back. So, and then I will call you back. Well, I text you because people work and stuff. So text you, arrange a good time to call. My phone number's on there, my email's on there. You can schedule in a time. My calendar's in there, so you can schedule in a time. We can do Zoom. And I think it's important to note as well that I don't know how far your reach is, but my spending planner software works in any currency. Okay. And I do have international clients. And this year I signed up a client in Tasmania, which meant I have a client in every state in Australia.
Oh, I was going to say, that's really overseas, isn't it?
Yeah. Tasmania is overseas. Yeah. That's like saying the Isle of Man in England.
Funnily enough, I was watching a video of a friend of mine recently, and he mentioned... I'm from Australia. Well, I'm in Tasmania, so I'm in an island just below Australia. And I'm like, it's still Australia!
You idiot.
But, growing up, there was often maps brought out that didn't have Tasmania on
Oh, well, then you might have a map like that then. It might not be his fault.
So, one place I'd love to get, actually.
It's lovely. I've been to Tasmania. It's very nice. So, it's available worldwide. I have clients in every state. I have clients... overseas. I haven't yet got a client in England, but I have got a couple interested. So, 2025 is going to be busy. I can feel it.
Wow. Very busy. Very exciting. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sam, for having a chat with us about Spending Made Easy.
Yes.
We will put your website link up in the description of the video too.
Yeah. Can we share the piggies?
Pardon?
New clients get a little piggy.
Oh, that's so cute.
This is for you as well.
Hey?
This is for you as well. If you want it. Or I know you've got a young son, so maybe you can...
we can
Christmas
share
present.
it. I'm the one with all the coins. Thank you so much, Sam.
No worries,
Thank you to the West Beach Social Club for the amazing coffee.
Yeah, I think they're just called West Beach Social.
West Beach Social.
Yeah, I don't think there's a club after.
Let me say that again.
Yeah.
And thanks to West Beach Social.
Thanks, West Beach Social. We're going to stay around.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.